Hi friends, today we will discuss about all the terminologies involved in an incident. So what do you mean by hazard? Basically, hazard is an inherent property of anything to cause the personal injury or property damage or damage to environment or combination of any other thing. And what do you mean by unsafe act? It's the action done by a human unsafely. Unsafe condition. Unsafe condition is nothing but an unsatisfactory physical condition existing in a workplace which may affect the person or the property. So what do you mean by an incident? It's an unplanned and unexpected event which may give rise to a harm, which means ill health, injury, damage to property or any other thing leading to accident but missed narrowly. That can be termed as an incident. And what do you mean by an accident? Any unwanted or undesired event giving rise to ill health, injury, damage to property, or any other loss. So, what do you mean by a near miss? An incident where no illness, injury, damage to property, or other loss occurred will be termed as a near miss. Basically, incidents can be classified into two types. One is an accident and the other one is a near miss. Accident is loss type incidents and near miss is no loss type incident. Basically, it differs from company to company. Some people may consider near miss uh, as a no harm thing, and some companies may consider the slightest possible money that can be incorporated or used for an event will be called as a near miss. All accidents are incidents, but all incidents are not accidents. Similarly, all near misses are incidents, and all near misses cannot be considered as accidents. So let us understand a Heinrich pyramid. Basically, this is a five-layered triangle or pyramid. All the unsafe acts and conditions, like 30,000 hazards, like unsafe acts and conditions, if we can control, we can eliminate 3000 near misses. If we can eliminate 3000 near misses, it can be, it means we can eliminate 300 minor injuries or first aid cases. If at all we can mitigate 300 minor injuries or first aid cases, we can mitigate 30 reportable injuries. And if at all we can understand 30 reportable injuries, we can mitigate one fatality. So basically, if at all we can concentrate much on unsafe acts and conditions, we can reduce one fatality. So basically, identifying unsafe acts and unsafe conditions and identifying the near misses is a lagging leading indicator. Whereas the other three, whereas minor injuries or first aid cases, reportable injuries, and one fatality, it can be considered as a lagging indicator for any company. So instant classification. So basically, if at all we can reduce the unsafe act, we can eliminate the unsafe condition, or else in the other way, one unsafe act can raise an unsafe condition, and one unsafe condition leads to near miss, and near miss leads to an property damage, and that property damage will lead to an accident or fatality. So we need to understand and identify the major unsafe acts and unsafe conditions and the near misses relating. So the safety pyramid, as said earlier, it's an Heinrich pyramid. Unsafe acts to unsafe conditions leads to fatality. incident or losses a matter of probability. The major thing needs to be understood in unsafe acts and unsafe conditions and near miss and first aid. Hierarchy of controls. Basically, first we need to eliminate the hazard, followed by substitution. If we can't eliminate the hazard, we need to substitute the hazard. If at all the substitution cannot be taken place, we need to install engineering controls, or else we need to isolate the people from the hazard, followed by taking administrative controls. That means SOPs, trainings, written instructions, all other will be considered as administrative controls. And the last step of defense is PP. Even though we have all the above structures, PP is also a major control in the industry. Protect the worker with personal protective equipment. And these are some of the unsafe acts: operating without authority or clearance, failure to secure or warn, operating or working at unsafe speed, making safety device inoperative, using unsafe or defective equipment or equipment unsafely or improperly, unsafe loading, placing, mixing, combining, etc., taking unsafe position or posture, working on moving on dangerous equipment, distracting, teasing, abusing, startling, horseplay, etc., failure to warn coworkers to secure equipment, failure to warn coworker or to secure equipment, improper lifting, servicing equipment in motion, use of drugs or alcohol. These are some of the unsafe acts. Let us understand some of the unsafe conditions. Unguarded absence of required guards, inadequate support or guards, guards of improper height, strength, mesh, etc. Defective, rough, sharp, slippery, decayed, cracked surface, etc. Unsafe design of machines, tools, plant, equipment or supplies. Unsafely arranged poor housekeeping, congestion, blocked exits, etc. Inadequately lighted sources of glass, etc., inadequately ventilated impure air sources, etc., unsafely clothed no goggles, gloves or mask, wearing high heels, etc., unsafe process, mechanical, electrical, chemical, nuclear hazards, etc., inadequate warning systems, fire and explosion hazards, high notice or vibration, hazardous dust, gases, fumes, vapors, etc. So we will understand what can be done to prevent an accident. So proactive safety. As said earlier, we need to identify the basic unsafe acts and unsafe conditions, and these are should be regularly audited, first party audit, second party audit, and preventive reoccurrence. That means incident investigations should be done thoroughly. Reactive safety. Reporting of near miss cases. Primary thing is identification of unsafe acts and unsafe conditions, followed by reporting every near miss and documenting the first aid cases, lost time injuries, and every accident. Thank you.